this been happening in the Turkish parliament. On the 11th of February, there was this big fight between the opposition and the ruling party. And what is the reason for it? Let's have a look. I made some research and I'm going to point out my face in front of the computer to read through the facts, names, numbers. But it's really interesting. And in my research, I try to be objective. So I made research from the opposition side. I made research from the ruling party side. So, excuse me. So what happened is opposition legislators tried to block Akın Gürlek, and he was taking the oath of office, the Minister of Justice, and he was appointed by the President Erdogan. And why is this important? Because Akın Gürlek has been the leading chief prosecutor, and he's been presided over high-profile trials against members of the main opposition party, CHP, and the HDP. Let's have a look if I'm saying the HDP. And DEM was a Democratic something party, sorry. Why is this important? Because in 2025, the leader of this Cumhuriyet Halk Partisi, CHP, was arrested, and he was asked the sentence of 2,000 years, approximately, if it makes sense. And I mean, I don't know. So, what does it say? So apparently the new Mr. Gürlek has been arresting and has been running this prosecutions. I'm so sorry, but it's happening for over 10 years. And even like if we just have a look at the numbers, so in the Western media, it's been said that there are systematic arrests of opposition parties, like pro-Kurdish parties and Cumhuriyet, which means a republic of halk. What is halk? Population? It's like, let's move on. So let's read it. It's just going to be so much easier. So the crackdown, the Western media says it's a crackdown. It is systematic arresting and oppressing the voice of the free democratic country. And I mean, the numbers are incredible. It's like about 10,000 members and executives has been jailed since December 2020. This is like an incredible, can I just say that? This is like such a big number. And just in 2024, it's about 4,000 people are arrested, and 632 as part of an intensified crackdown. Crackdown is the word that's been used by the Western media. So crackdown on the just pro-Kurdish parties, which also President Erdogan, or the current ruling party, is using a different rhetoric about these arrests. And most of these have been happening under the chiefship of Akın Gürlek, which is newly appointed by the president as the Minister of Justice. Oh my God, I've been through this. Okay. So why it is important? Because Turkish government states these as fighting terrorism, which particularly regarding the Kurdish politicians, often linking them to the PKK, which is a terrorist party. And also they're saying they're combating with the corruption And this is one of the reasons that the leader of the opposition party, the main opposition party, was arrested on the circumstances of corruption and bribery and tax evasions. But this is the ruling party's rhetoric, and the opposition party and international observers use different terms such as it's a crackdown, a persecution, political persecution, judicial harassment, or authoritarianism. I don't want to take any side, I just want to tell it how it says on the paper. So that's the main reason of the fight in Turkish parliament on the 11th of February. I think I'm gonna like make little researches and try to get my words right and put them up right here. But yeah. Oh, did you know one of the things like some of the Minipissal is there? It's been forcibly replaced. By the ruling party. Let's have a look at the numbers of them. And at the total 48 municipalities. Municipalities is like a pilates. It's been forcibly replaced. So these were the elected representatives of the public. They were voted and they've been replaced. But the narrative is, I'm not saying right or wrong, is the government is fighting with terrorism and combating corruptions. And how it is looked from outside is this authoritarianism, and it's a kind of a crackdown. So in the news about the opposition leader Ekremoglu and his Ekrem İmamoğlu, and he was the Istanbul mayor. What is happening in his trial? He's still in prison. He's been in prison for about a year. I think they're expecting probably a trial or a hearing in 6 months or so. Don't believe everything I'm just saying, but just take it just about. I'm getting my facts in place too. Why that is important, the first thing is he's just been accused of all these 142 offenses. I'm just reading it, and seeking a prison sentence exceeding 2,000 years. And why is that important? Because historically, whoever is the mayor of Istanbul wins the presidential elections. So that's kind of the indicator of the next elected president, next elected party. So that's really that means that Imamoglu has been building up his branches, and when he was the Istanbul mayor, it really started to change the face of Istanbul. There's a lot of libraries, there's a lot of cafes, so it's just it feels nice, and it doesn't feel oppressed and claustrophobic and somebody's watching you. But that's how it is. Thank you very much for being with me. Oh God, I did this, so it's kind of a eye-opener for me too, because I've been trying to stay away from politics, but I don't know why and how. Because I have a very political play coming out. So, but that might be because it's a bit scary when a government with this authoritarian power is arresting all journalists or people who are speaking out comfortably, or just the Istanbul mayor, because what is the facts sometimes is papers build over things, and it's not that difficult to get fake papers if you want.